welcome back to your mat. My name is Anna, the whollyogi. Today I'm bringing you a class that is accessible for someone who might have shoulder issues. So maybe down dog is a struggle for you, lots of planks, any type of pressure on the shoulders, this one steers clear of. So this is part one of 2 classes I'm creating like this. So let's get into it. All you'll need is possibly 1 block, maybe not even that. And we'll start in a seat, shoulders stacked over hips, crown of the head stacked over the spine. And start to breathe. Pulling your awareness here. Becoming aware of how you're breathing, how the body adapts to breathing. The chest moving out as you breathe in. And the chest moving in as you breathe out. Take a couple rounds like that. On this next round of breath, inhale, hold at the top for a moment. And exhale. Take another inhale. Hold at the top. And exhale. And last one, inhale. Hold at the top. And exhale. Beautiful. From there, we'll drop the chin to the chest, round the head around in a circle. And bring it back to center, go the other direction. Bring the shoulders, the chin to the chest. And lift the head. Inhale, lift the arms. And exhale, let's bring these hands down behind the hips and bring the feet flat to the floor in front of us. We'll sway those knees left and right. Good, and then bring those knees over to the right and bring the hands around to the back of the mat. We're framing that right hip, we're rooting through that right hip and lifting out of the right shoulder and twisting to look over that right shoulder. Bring it around through center, drop these knees over to the left. Look over the left shoulder, root into the left hip and rise up through that side body. And bring yourself back through center. Good, from here, press those palms down by the glutes. And let's lift those hips up enough to walk ourselves forward over the toes. From here, press the hips up, head, neck, shoulders hang down in our forward fold, getting a release in the back body. From here, inhale, take a half lift, and exhale, forward fold. Bend into those knees. And round yourself all the way up. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Maybe set a little intention here for your practice to come. Let's take those hands down, rise all the way up. And exhale, dive down into our forward fold. Inhale, take a half lift, and exhale, let's frame this left foot. Stepping the right foot back into a lunge. Drop the right knee down, inhale, arms up. Anjaneyasana, pinkies in, thumbs out, and biceps by the ears. Good, from here, let's frame that left foot, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, spin that right foot down parallel to the back edge of the mat. Windmill these arms open into a warrior 2. Hands over the feet, shoulders over hips. And from here, let's bring this right arm up and over as if we're catching a beach ball in those arms overhead. Holding strong with the core, pressing into the heels, wiggling the toes. Good, come back into our warrior 2. And let's straighten through the left leg. Turn the left toes parallel to the right. Let's bring the heels slightly in, toes slightly out, and sit down into goddess. Knees tracing right over ankles and big toes. Tailbone dropping down, shoulders open, elbows out, chest lifted. Good, then rise all the way up. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, come back into a warrior two. Good. From here, we're going to pivot into a high lunge. Arms up, shoulders stacked over hips. Right heel is stacked over the right toes. And from here, tip forward into our warrior three. Left heel rooted, right heel kicking back. From here, let's sit into our chair. Right foot goes next to left. Hands can be at heart center or continue to extend over shoulders. Breathing, then root to rise, inhale all the way up. And exhale, dive over. Forward fold. Good, from here, let's lower these hips down, maybe no hands if you can. And bring shins parallel to the floor, arms out. We're gonna hover to extend, and lift up. And hover to extend, lift up. And hover to extend, lift up. Hover to extend, lift up. Last one, hover to extend. And from there, pull those knees into the chest. Hands to the shins, circle out those hips. Should feel really nice after activating all those muscles. From here, feet go flat into the floor. Fingers can just brush the backs of the heels. And we're going to press into the heels and lift the hips up to the sky. In our bridge, hips in line with knees and shoulders, we're going to pulse towards the sky a little higher for 10, 9, squeeze those glutes, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And inch this left foot slightly into center as we lift the right leg up. Keep those hips up and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower that right foot down, lift the left foot up. And pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower that left foot down. Hold up here in your bridge for just a moment more. And then lower all the way down. Let's tuck those knees into the chest, hands to the shins. Again, circle out those hips, little release. And then take those hands behind the legs, rock along the spine. And let's rise all the way up to a standing position, arms all the way up. And exhale, dive over, forward fold, coming into our second side of this flow. Inhale, take our half lift, and exhale. Let's frame this right foot, step the left foot back, and drop the left knee down. Notice I had to inch my right foot forward slightly to make sure that that right heel wasn't lifting away from the floor. Inhale, shoulders over hips, Anjaneyasana. Beautiful. From here, let's frame this right foot. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, and spin this left foot down parallel to the back edge of the mat. I'm going to turn here so that I can face you as we come through this sequence. We'll rise into our warrior two. Hands over the feet, shoulders over hips. From here, let's take these arms up and overhead like we're catching a beach ball in the hands. And then rise back into your warrior two. And straighten through the right knee. Turn the feet. So toes are out, heels are in. Sit down into goddess. Beautiful. Feel tailbone drop. Chest is lifted, shoulders opening. And root to rise all the way up. Inhale. Come into your warrior two again. Over that right knee, hands over the feet. Good, and from here we're going to pivot into our high lunge. So the left heel stacks over the left toes, shoulders over hips. And from here we're going to tip forward into our warrior three. Arms can be extended overhead. I've run out of room, so I'm going to extend them by my sides. Keep the left toes pointing down, hips even, shoulders square. And let's lower this left foot down. Rise up into our chair, Utkatasana. Hips back, weight in the heels. And then root to rise, inhale all the way up. And exhale, dive down, forward fold. I'll turn back around so I'm at the right direction of the mat. We're gonna sit down on our mat and bring our hips down, shins parallel to the floor, arms out in our boat. Again, 5 extensions where we hover, feet, shoulders, and head. And lift up. And lower to hover. And lift up. Lower to hover. Lift up. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. Beautiful. Lower down. And hug those knees into the chest. Circle out those hips. And then bring those feet flat to the floor. Fingers can just brush the heels. Again, press into the heels, lift the hips. In our bridge. We're pulsing 10 times a little higher for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then heel toe that right foot into center slightly and lift the left leg to the sky. We're going to pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower that left foot, lift the right, and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower that right foot. Hold your bridge at the top there, squeezing the glutes, engaging the core, relaxing head, neck, shoulders. And lower it down. Beautiful. Let's hug those knees into the chest. Circle out those hips. And let's take the hands behind the thigh as we're rocking forward and back, forward and back. And come all the way up to stand. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. I want you to check in with the breath, the body, the mind. And bring these feet mat width distance. Toes off, heels on, and sit down into your yogi squat. Now here's where you might want your block underneath the sits bones. If you don't want it, you can just move it off to the side. But for a yogi squat, it might feel good to have that support so that you can lift more out of the chest. Beautiful. From here, lower those hips down. And let's rock ourselves all the way down into a flat back, knees into the chest. We'll take a happy baby, nice and briefly here, hands to feet, elbows inside knees. Lower that low back to the floor, open the legs out, getting into the inner thighs. From there, pull the heels in. And extend the legs either in a Shavasana traditionally or Supta Baddha Konasana, less traditionally, soles of the feet together, knees out. Breathe. Acknowledge where you might feel a shift in the body since the beginning of class. Or there might be tension holding on, try to release it with your exhales. Beautiful. And if you have time, I encourage you to stay here longer. Shavasana is a wonderful opportunity for us to download the practice that we've taken for ourselves. The longer we stay, the better. If you're ready to move towards the rest of the day, you can come with me as I close out class, knees into center, hands behind the legs, rock yourself up, and shoulders stack over hips in our seat where we began. Crown of the head tall. We'll drop the head and take a circle around. And then go the other direction. Chin to chest. Inhale, lift that head. Inhale, lift those arms. And exhale, hands to heart center. Thumbs brush that heart. A reminder that this practice goes with us wherever we go. Thank you for joining me for this class that is gentle on the shoulders, still gets a really nice flow in without putting a ton of pressure on that joint. I hope to see you on the mat again soon. If you enjoyed this class, make sure to check out all of my others. You can find the links to my YouTube channel as well as my online yoga library below. I'll see you on the mat again soon. Namaste.